Hey y'all, hey, and welcome to another session of Meditations with Marigny. So tonight I wanted to ask you to click like. Go right now, do it right now, click like right there. I want you to click like. I'd love for you to share my videos with a friend, and I would love for you to subscribe. So tonight I wanted to circle back and talk about a few weeks ago, I did a video talking about like your non-negotiables in the dating process and things that you just can't negotiate on. And for those of you that follow me on a regular basis, you know that I shoot pool. And so today I had an event to go to and went and helped one of my girlfriends and things of that sort. And then when I got home, I was like, man, I really want to go shoot pool, but I didn't want to go by myself. And so I called a couple of my pool buddies, and one of them, he was like, yeah, I'm getting ready to go up to the spot to shoot now. And well, this particular spot, again, if you follow my channel, y'all already know this, but sometimes I repeat this so that if it's someone new, they'll know. But this particular spot, I usually go there to shoot no later than 8 o'clock. And it was almost 8 o'clock at this time because the crowd changes. The vibe is different. The music is different. Like, I'm going to have to listen to all the ratchet music if I go past 8 o'clock. And 6 o'clock is rough, but 8 o'clock is really rough. And so, but I didn't want to stay at home. I had, you know, I was like, man, I'm out of school. I don't have to get up in the morning and I don't have anything scheduled for tomorrow. I intentionally didn't put anything on my schedule so that I could kind of just have the first part of my week off. But one of the things that I looked at, because I know that this young man has a interest in me, is my non-negotiable. I don't smoke. This has nothing to do with, I'm not against anyone that smokes or whatever choices that you make. I don't smoke. But this particular location is a smoking location. So when I go there, I kind of prepare myself to know that, when I come out, I'm going to smell like smoking. That might irritate my sinuses. And right now, like I can even tell while I'm trying to talk to you guys that I'm probably going to have to use my inhaler just a little bit because I went on Friday and I could tell yesterday I was having a little bit of challenges, and today is Sunday, and I went again. And so I can feel like, okay, Marigny, that wasn't maybe a good idea to do that twice. Because when you go to a smoking environment, you are like engulfed in that. And if you're not someone that doesn't smoke, or let's say you don't drink, or, you don't vape, and I'm just using these as an idea, but there are some non-negotiables that we have to look at. And one of the things that I have to kind of look at is this particular person likes that spot. So for me, that's not going to be a spot that I can go to all the time. I can't go consistently, which means that if I were in a relationship with him, I would be limited to the amount of time that I could spend with him if he goes to that location. And it's not a negative, but I just know, like right now, as soon as I get off of this video and I get it uploaded to YouTube, I am going to take a shower. And not only am I going to take a shower, but I'm going to have to wash my hair and everything so that I can get that smoke smell out. I didn't even bring my jacket inside the house. I left my jacket outside. And I did that because I wanted it to just air out. So if it's bothering me that much, then that tells me that that's not going to be a good fit. No matter how great of a guy he is, no matter how much I enjoy his company, what we have to look at are our non-negotiables that we know we can work with long term. So to tell you guys a little bit of story about me, I don't have a problem with anyone that smokes. The issue for me is that my father, he used to smoke. My daddy, and that's what I called him, daddy. I didn't call him father. I called him daddy. My daddy smoked. For most of my life, I can remember him smoking. And if you've heard my story about him, or you've heard me talk about he and my mother, My father passed when I was 18 years old, or my daddy. He passed when I was 18, and he died from lung cancer. So for me, I never was a smoker. I do remember when I was young, like I think all kids, I can say this now. I think I picked up his cigarette butts and tried to smoke, because I saw him smoking. So I had no clue. But I remember when he got sick, he stopped smoking. Like he just went cold turkey. I'm not gonna smoke no more. And he started chewing gum. And that just really made an impact on me in my life. Like I wondered whether or not if he had never smoked, whether he would have lived longer. And I wondered whether it would have made a difference in my life and the choices that I made and how involved he was in my life. Like, would that have made a difference in some of the life decisions that I made? So I'll never know that. But right now, as I'm thinking about how I feel, like the smoke is so heavy on me that every time I kind of move like this, I can smell the smoke. And I'm saying that because I would have to really make some adjustments in order to be with someone that component would become a part of me. So it would be unfair to that person to negotiate to go in that direction. And I know that that's not a direction that I'm going to be pleased with long term. And I'm saying that to you all because we must look at the hard decisions and the hard yeses and the hard no's during the dating process. If we truly look at those components, then we would not make the same mistakes that we've made before. And I can honestly say that because I know that I made some mistakes in my second marriage decision that are a result of me not saying no in times like this. So for me to be sitting here, I'm thinking about my clothes and, I'm like these jeans, like I might have to take these items and sit them outside just to let them air out. And it's not so much that the smoke was heavy. It's just that if you're a person that don't smoke, then it stands out more than other things. And it's the same way within our home and the decisions that we make in order to go into a relationship. So as you are vetting people, remember to think about your hard non-negotiables. And it's just interesting because even when I went out with the young man the other day, and I really don't want to say we went out, we went to shoot pool. When we would he walked me to my car, and so he said to me while we were in there. Now, one thing I will say, he has some great qualities. And you guys see I keep coughing just from the smoke smell that's on me right now. He has some great qualities. Um, like just such a gentleman. And he's always been that way. Even before he invited me to go to this spot with him, he's always been that way. But just such a gentleman. And while we were inside the restaurant the other night, he said, I wanted to smoke. He came to me. He said, I wanted to smoke that cigarette, but I know you don't smoke, so I didn't smoke it around you. Now, remember, y'all, we in a facility where everybody's smoking. So the rest of them, they blowing it in my face. They ain't thinking nothing about it. But he was considerate enough to think about that. And so he said, I didn't want to smoke around you because I know you didn't, you don't like that smell. Da, 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 da. So when he walks me to my car, we're laughing, we're talking. And he said, I can stop smoking. I can get the patch. And we both bust out laughing, I said, all right, you're trying to shoot your shot tonight, right? And I'm saying that to say, ladies and gentlemen, I'll say both. I think women are more adjustable than men. So I do kind of say this more to the ladies than I do to the men. But when you meet a man that really likes you, he likes your qualities, he will want to make the necessary adjustments to accommodate you. And one of the things that I thought was really sweet was when he said, I've tried the patch before, you know, and that's been something I strongly considered. So what that told me is that he really is saying that, I like you enough to make some of the adjustments, that I need to make. And he was like, sometimes I go out just because I'm single and I'm at home all the time. I don't want to just be there. So if I had someone that I was coming home to or somebody that I could spend time with, I probably wouldn't come out as much as I do. So I think you have to look at all the factors that are there, and just take into consideration when a man is considerate enough to think about little things like that for you. Um, I thought it was very admirable. And, I typically just don't mix business with pleasure. And when I say I don't mix business with pleasure, because I met him in an environment that is something that I do as a hobby, I typically don't mix those two worlds together. I don't mix my love life and my pool shooting life together. And I just don't do that because I just don't think that it's a good match. Now, if I met someone, let's say on the dating app, you guys know I've talked about the app. If I met someone on the app and they happen to shoot pool, I think that's different. But meeting someone in the environment where I normally go to shoot or in the locations where I go to learn to shoot, when it comes to that, I think that mixing those two worlds it can become very gray. And I'm not a gray kind of girl. I'm very black and white. We're going to be black over here. We're going to be white over here, but we're not going to mix those two colors together. And if we do, it's going to be for a strategic reason or purpose. It might be for a short period of time, or it may be for a specific purpose to come together and do something. But just mixing it just like as a hobby is just not going to happen. And just casually doing it, it's not gonna happen. Uh-oh, y'all, I'm sorry. I guess I must be a little bit tired as well because I've yawned like 3 times throughout this video. But I did just wanted to hop on and say, just think about your non-negotiables and think about things that you know are really important to you, and don't compromise on that just because you meet a nice person. I think this young man has some great qualities, but I know that that would be something that eventually, like, I'm just not going to be able to do it because I'm not going to want to smell like smoke. I don't smoke. Most of my friends don't smoke. Um, and I could say, being around somebody that smokes, like at the cigar bar or something like that, occasionally, excuse me, is different from someone that does that as a regular part of their lifestyle. So this is Marigny, just giving you guys a few little tidbit pointers from the dating world. And if you like my videos, I'd love for you to click like. I'd love for you to share it with a friend. And today is Sunday, I think today is the 20th in 2025. And I would love for you guys to help me to get to 200 subscribers. I think I need 16 or 14 more subscribers to reach my goal by the end of the year. So thank you so much. And I look forward to chatting with you guys soon. Bye.